So JFK moved out of the race, or fell out of the race, or I don't know, fell off the stage. I'm not really sure. I don't understand the hype behind this guy. Seems to be a nice guy. He's got a weird voice, a likable person, and I think there's a lot of Republicans that actually like this guy. Um, would I make such a big fuss about him removing himself from the race? Um, no, because it's like me going into the Olympics and doing a 100 meter race against some of the fastest people in the world. No, I'm going to lose. Um, I'm not saying Donald Trump is the fastest person in the world, so please don't twist my words around. He is, however, definitely going to be the nominee, and there's like a 99% chance he's going to be president after everything that's happened to him. I think he reaches a group that don't like Trump that much, and I think that's the big thing around him, which is quite sad. So he's endorsed Trump now, but you might lose some of these people to the Democrats, which would be stupid, because that's voting for the guy, not voting for the policies. Once again, uneducated people. And the irony is they are the educated people. I don't know how to explain this. Okay, so we have blue collar workers who get what's going on. Okay, because they're feeling it. They feel it in their pockets. They feel it when they walk in the streets and they feel unsafe. They don't want to let their kids play outside because it's unsafe. All these kinds of things. They people that understand the world. Then you got your academics and your white collar workers. I'd like to say that they live with mommy and daddy, but it probably isn't the case. Rich.
What alarms me is the resort to censorship and media control and the weaponization of the federal agencies. When a U.S. president colludes with or outright coerces media companies to censor political speech, it's an attack on our most sacred right of free expression, and that's the very right upon which all of our other constitutional rights rest.
And let's go to the news articles. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. suspends campaign, backs Trump for president. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is suspending his independent presidential campaign to support Donald Trump. So he was an independent. Kennedy believes Trump's negotiation approach could end the war in Ukraine, which justifies his endorsement. He plans to withdraw from ballots in 10 states to avoid being a spoiler. That's quite nice of him, isn't it? I really, really do think that's very nice of him, because Kanye West, they never removed from the ballots, and those votes automatically went to Biden. So it was people who didn't vote for Biden who actually then defaulted to Biden. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., scorn of America's storied politician clan, suspended his long-shot presidential bid on Friday and endorsed Donald Trump, injecting new uncertainty into the White House race. New uncertainty. I am certain Trump will win. I might eat my words because, we still need to count those ballots. I no longer believe that I have a realistic path of electoral victory. Like I said, me running in the Olympic Games, it's not going to happen. Kennedy and anti-vaccine activists and conspiracy theorists who was pointing in the low single digits said at a press conference in Swing State, Arizona. Now that's why I liked him. Now I remember why I liked him. He was a conspiracy theorist. In other words, he was telling the truth. Yeah, so they'll call him a conspiracy theorist. He was pulling out stuff, articles, pointing out real things that can be backed up, And the Democrats didn't obviously like that much. Kennedy 70 condemned the selection of Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic standard bearer without a primary contest, and cited a long list of grievances against his former party that he said had led him to no throw my support to President Trump. Don't worry, I will be playing that clip. Kennedy's failed to get on the ballot in even half of 50 US states, and his independent candidacy featured a number of bizarre twists, including his claim to be suffering from a parasitic brainworm and a story about dumping a dead bear cub in Central Park. Why don't I know about this? I was actually having to work for a living and couldn't read all the bullshit that was in the papers. It also drew the opposition of most of his famous family. Our brother Bobby's decision to endorse Trump today is a betrayal of values that our father and our family holds most dear. What values? How is there a value in a party? The values are the values that the party stands for. The Democrats are not the Democrats anymore. They don't hold the values that the old Democrats have. Well, firstly, they started the Ku Klux Klan. They basically put blacks in the situation that they are in at the moment. They've kept them there all the time. So, what is this going to hold for us? I don't know. It's not going to hold nothing for me because I'm a South African and I don't have real skin in the game, to be dead honest. Now, that's what you guys think. That's what Americans think. We are actually in the shit with you if they decide to choose this woman. She's interfering in all over the world, causing havoc, well, not her specifically, but the Democrats. They're causing wars, which are causing rising oil prices, rising grain prices, rising normal day-to-day stuff has become so expensive. I mean, I'm sitting in South Africa here. We did a price study, and the cost of food has gone up by 1/3 in the past year and a half. We haven't even taken COVID into account, because remember, with COVID, we were all locked in. We were all forced to take the jab. You would lose your job because you weren't able to go back to the office if you weren't jabbed. And I didn't catch on social media where everybody said pure blood. I thought it's some sort of new racist group that popped up. But in essence, it's actually just somebody saying that I'm not vaccinated. And I think it's being a dick about it, because there's some of us that were forced to take this jab, and you guys don't understand it. We didn't have a choice. It was that or we don't get a job. And I'm a bit pale-skinned in South Africa, so do you know how difficult it is for a white person to get a job in South Africa? I can inform you in a very long discussion about it, but I will not bore you because you're only interested in American news. So let's go. I'm going to play the clip now.
And now, to throw my support to President Trump, the causes were free speech, the war in Ukraine, and the war on our children. I've already described some of my personal experiences and struggles with the government's censorship industrial complex.